Hello, Cindy here, and I just finished my Jen Miller inspired junk journal. I'm I'm not Jen Miller, and I can't even sew. So this is my spin on her style, but keeping with my own style too. And the covers are just my corrugated cardboard. All the images came from Pinterest. And believe it or not, I went into the thrift store a few weeks ago and I got a bed skirt that had lace trim. And I also got an eyelet pillowcase. And each of them were a quarter. And that's what I used because I didn't want to really spend a lot of money on fabric and lace, especially if it didn't come out really good. And this is really totally out of my comfort zone. So anyway, this is my journal. On the front here, there's just a scripture that I have on top of a paper bag a little bit, and this is coffee stained eyelet. The top here is just some trim that came from that bed ruffle, and on the bottom here is just some sheet music that I glued on, and the cover is just sheet music. This here, came from the dollar store, and then I glued some coffee, or I believe this is tea dyed or Kool-Aid dyed, I'm not sure. I was sent some ribbon from Barbara Critchen, and so I used that on top. And then this is a card. This card seems to appear in all my little journals because I love the saying that's on the back that says, "I pray not wish because I have a God, not a genie." And then there's another, this is a dictionary page with the definition of pray. And my second page here is a doily that I coffee stained that was sent to me by Rachel. A picture, this is coffee stained Psalm 91. And then on the back of all these they're cardboard pages, but what I did was I glued either the cotton fabric or the lace fabric on each one. This one has the lace, this one has the cotton. And this is my little joy unspeakable. I love this little girl. And this is just a paper bag. This is coffee stained lace from that bed ruffle, and then some sheet music. And I had glued the bed ruffle there. And this again is from the dollar store, that trim, image from Pinterest, scripture, and then another piece of lace that Barbara sent me. I love this little girl. She's like so cute. And these cards I've been making, I get the images from Pinterest. I print one side with the girls and the back with the saying, and there's two little girls on this one. This one is the swing, and on the back it says, "God's plans will always be greater and more beautiful than all your disappointments." And then this girl says, "Prayer trumps panic every time." And this is a coffee or a napkin that I glued. I love, this is one of my napkins that was sent to me from Carrie Kale. I love these napkins with the music. And this is a piece of the bed skirt that I coffee dyed, and a scripture on top of paper bag. And this is a Tim Holtz bird that I punched out from sheet music and coffee dyed, and the punch came from Lilibet. And on the paper clip, some more ribbon from Barbara. Okay. And this is just this is scripture. This is a little lace from that bed ruffle, the dollar store and the ribbon. This here is my favorite page, my absolute favorite page. I've got the lace fabric that I glued onto the cardboard, and then sheet music, and then paper bag, and then this little girl with the teacup, and there's a pocket here, and in the pocket is another card, and on the back of the card, be still and know that I am God. And that goes in there like that. This is my favorite page of the whole journal. Now, the same thrift store this week I went down, and they had this little heart for $1. This is the eyelet pillowcase that I bought a couple weeks ago that I coffee stained and cut up. And inside I made this little booklet for the person that's getting it if they journal. Little girl that I put some stampings in the book. Believe. Victorian little lady there. Another Victorian lady. Faith. Another Victorian lady. Pray. Another Victorian lady. Hope. And so that just goes in here in this pocket. And see, I glued the lace to the cardboard. Each one of these pages either has the cotton or the lace glue. And then there's this one, and that has scripture card that I had made, and I glued it onto sheet music, some scripture, paper bag, and then there's this little tag in here that I put. And then the back here, this is part of a napkin that came from Carrie, and I glued it on top of scripture. This is eyelet from the pillowcase, and inside there's a pocket, and there's some cards, and on the back of this card it says, "Sometimes one prayer changes everything." And then there's just a couple journaling cards. And that goes into this pocket here. And then the back is just sheet music, and I always leave my backs blank. And so that's my attempt at a Jen Miller journal. I hope you liked it. It's a small one, but I like the way it came out. Thanks for watching.